Hello and welcome to my channel, I Win to Lose Gaming. We will be comparing the OG Genshin Impact Fischl to the Honkai Impact Fischl, so get ready for Fischl, Prinzessin der Verurteilung, to bring the light of her glory and to allow the unwary masses of this other world to witness her splendor. In case you aren't aware, in Honkai Impact 3 there is currently a collaboration event with Genshin Impact, where you explore this adorable chibi version of Teyvat with the ever so reliable and never expiring emergency food Paimon. Players are able to obtain Fischl for free, and you can also use Kaching, but only for some of the event stages as far as I'm aware. Just to be clear, I'm very new to Honkai Impact, but I did have the opportunity to try out this event on the CN servers before it hits the other servers. Let's take a look at how faithfully Fischl was recreated inside of the world of Honkai Impact by comparing her between the two games. The first difference to note is in their idle animations. Fischl in Genshin appears to alternate between her persona impression and her soliloquy, whereas Fischl in Honkai only has the one idle animation. They both seem to do their idle animations roughly once every 30 seconds. For Fischl's basic attacks, Honkai Fischl appears to do hers around 7 frames faster, but this is more likely due to my input timing or perhaps some differing input buffering mechanics between the two games. If you hold Fischl's basic attack in Honkai, this is how she summons Oz. Oz lasts for roughly the same amount of time in both versions. So now that we figured out how to summon Oz, let's take a look at his actual attacks. This is where things start to become significantly different between the two Fischls. It appears that after Fischl somehow ended up in Honkai Impact, Oz decided he wanted to try melee attacks, whereas Genshin's Oz is a ranged attacker, shooting little pellets of electro. Also, Honkai's Oz has no cooldown, so the moment Oz leaves the field, you can summon him again. Finally, both Honkai's Oz and Genshin's Oz can still attack while Fischl is off the field. Now let's compare their bursts. In Honkai Impact, Fischl gets a 5-star character cutscene, and Oz flies into the sky to rain down tons of lightning, quite a bit flashier than her Genshin counterpart. Both Fischls are able to do charge shots, but with significant differences. When it comes to the actual execution and power of the charge shots, they are hugely different. Genshin Impact Fischls rarely find themselves using her charge shots. It is pretty low damage, and Genshin Fischl just has better options than her charge shots. However, Honkai Fischl's charge shots are essentially equivalent to her elemental skill in Genshin. It has a cooldown and up to 2 charges. If you tap it, she'll immediately shoot it at a nearby enemy, and then you can follow up with a plunge attack, which also triggers a time fracture. Holding her charge shot will enter into this FPS mode, but I believe most of the time when you use this, you'll just be tapping it. Honkai Fischl also has something that Genshin Fischl doesn't have at all. After Oz has been summoned, if you hold down her basic attack button, Fischl does this really impactful shot with her bow. In combat, this attack launches enemies, and Oz will also attack the enemies in a flurry of blows. However, Oz's bonus attack here appears to have some cooldown. In my opinion, it's a real shame that Genshin Impact Fischl can't do this, because that would be really cool. And really quick, here is their plunge attacks. And finally, after all this, let's take a look at their overall fighting styles. The two Fischls play very differently in my opinion. Fischl in Genshin Impact doesn't have the cool charge shot and the plunge attack, or a basic attack that launches enemies. Regardless, Genshin Fischl is still a very powerful character, just substantially less flashy than her Honkai counterpart. This is to be expected though, given how long Honkai Impact has been out, and just how many crazy looking characters and abilities are in the game. So after all this, what do you think about the similarities and differences between the two Fischls? Would you like to see some of Honkai Fischl's kit be brought to Genshin Fischl? Again, this collab event isn't out yet on any server besides the Chinese servers in Honkai Impact. If you want to participate in this event, I highly recommend that you start playing Honkai Impact now on your respective server, so you can be fully ready for this event when it comes out in your region. From my understanding of the rewards of this event, you will get Fischl as a playable character, this Klee cosplay costume for Teresa, who is a 47-year-old trapped in a 12-year-old's body, 500 crystals, 5 gacha tickets, and Paimon's face on a coin. This event is likely to start in July for the global server, so now is a great time to start preparing for it, as I'm doing. What did you guys think about this video? I know I'm trying something a little bit different since I usually do Genshin Impact content. Would you like to see more Honkai content from me? I'm personally interested in making a comparison video for the Electro Queen, Kaching, between her Honkai counterpart and her Genshin counterpart. As usual, I appreciate every single one of you. This is I Win to Lose, signing out.